Hello again, welcome back to the bird room. Now it's been a fair while, it's 5-6 weeks maybe, since you was last in the bird room. Obviously the reason for that, people that do follow us on Facebook do know we've been putting new flights in. That means dismantling the old ones and putting these new ones in, as you will see shortly. It's give quite an open plan basis to the bird room now. New dynamics in here, and obviously new ways of breeding for the coming season. Birds are in the flights, as I'll show you shortly, but like I said, we're all tinkerers in this game and we do like to mess around a bit. I wish we didn't, but hopefully this is the final bit of construction that we're going to be doing in the bird room for the foreseeable future, I hope anyway. So like I said, it is changed quite a bit in here over the last season really. The only thing that has stayed the same is these geo cages that's behind me and the ones in front of me here. But let's take a look at the new flights anyway and explain a little about them. So as you can see behind me, I'm in front of one of the flights, or in between one of them anyway. There's 5 in all, 5 flights. They are made from aluminium. Brilliant flights. I happened to get these from a good friend of mine, Richard and Davey. Thanks very much for helping me with these, and thanks to Paul, who helped me come and help me construct them in the end anyway, 'cause it was taking quite a while taking the old flights down and putting these ones up. But like I said, yes, it's 5 of them. Ideal for breeding anything really in these. At the moment I've got some British in one and canaries in the other one, which I'm sorting out which canaries are going to go, which canaries are going to stay. But more on that in future episodes. But it was just more, the reason I've got them like that now is just because housing them and molting the birds out and selecting what I want. As you can imagine, when you remove 10 flights and reduce it down to 5, the space, although these flights are bigger, there's more birds into one, so obviously a load of cocks in one, a load of hens in another, and things like that. But the flights themselves, really easy accessible. We've got doors which are here. Typical of me, took the keys out. They are on a key system, so we can open them up and close them. They also do have swing feeders, which I will show you shortly. Perching wise, all I've done is use the perch holders with self-tapping screws in, just with some dowelling across. One at, I would say, 5 foot and one about 3 foot. At least that gives the birds exercise to jump up and down. More than likely I will keep it like this throughout the breeding season, keep it simpler in here, easier to maintain, and less work for me to carry out when I'm going in. One thing I did change, the only thing I did change, was the doors, which where the swing feeders are and the doors are, I wanted to put cage fronts on this side here, just for simplicity for me. Firstly, I can hang a bath on there, which is nice and simple for me to hang a bath on there. And not only that, for the water pots as well, and it gives me easy accessibility to put birds in, rather than opening the big door up every time I want to put a bird in, or obviously to catch a bird I've had a slap to go in there anyway. But it just gives me that little bit more ease to work as I'm feeding birds and things like that. Also, like I said, we've got swing feeders. Swing feeders which have the oval seed pots that we use. Nice and simple, they do open up, nice and simple. And the oval dishes, 2 of them with a grit pot in the centre. Good thing as well also with these, we've got pull out drawers where all these spills of seed go, and making it that easier, a bit easier to keep on top of cleanliness. So far as the panels, I mean, what I did with the back, as you could probably see, the back is cladded. Now the cladding that I've used for this is remaining cladding that I had from the old flights and the old fronts of the old flights. Rather than throwing it away, just reused it and recladded all the backs. Now the sides of the flights are made from aluminium, white aluminium, which is just a plastic coated or vinyl covered. I'm not sure which one it is. I'm just when we're constructing it, threw them in and done. Also, you can probably see at the back some of the decals which I've put on. This is just to brighten the area up, really. It's nothing really fancy. They weren't really that expensive. I'm probably talking between £10 and £20 each flight, just to give it some brightness. And I'll tell you something, they do look really well. All bird themed, all wildlife themed with trees in and stuff like that. They just brightened it up for me. And yeah, the flights do look fantastic. So, as you can see above, what we've got is a station where I put my baths and obviously my egg drawers. It's just to make things easier, like I said, and this is one thing I can't stress enough. Easy accessibility for me when I'm in the bird room. With the amount of birds that I've got, I want to keep everything nice and tidy and in order. So it's just ideal, really, and it's not taking much light away. These flights, as you can see, there's no enhanced light. Well, there is inside the flights. Let me show you. I've got just up there some LEDs which I already run before. Switching back on, it's not that much difference, and it does work. I don't have to have them on all the time if I don't want to. As you can probably see in this flight here, we have some mutation greenfinches. They technically not mine. What I've been doing is a friend of mine, thanks very much, contacted me. He needed to get rid of them. He didn't put rings on them because he weren't going to show them or sell them. He was just keeping them for breeding, and I gave a few away. Still a few more, and now I finished the flights that I'll be giving away to people I've already promised them to. Lovely birds, nothing wrong with them. Also, one of my old stock greenfinches is in there. Almost blind as a bat, but he feeds, he drinks, he knows where things are, so it's not affecting him. So I'll let him see his days out in here. Now, so far as breeding, as the coming breeding season, one pair, one of the flights will be having the Orfinches, or maybe two. I'll decide as and when where they're going to go. But like I said, I'll be breeding greenfinches in here. Ample amount of space. Just something nestled in the back and the front, a little bunch of cover for them, and I think they'll work perfectly. I mean, I can't stress enough how good these flights are. And don't take it the wrong way, you don't have to have flights like this to breed birds in. You can breed birds in any type of flights you want. It's just that these were a price that I couldn't really refuse, and as soon as I seen them I just had to have them, to be honest. So yeah, I mean, you could breed probably song thrushes, blackbirds. I've bred song thrushes in smaller flights than these, to be fair. Perfect for hybridising, 100% if I wanted to, but mainstay for next year would be the greenfinches, I think, in here, and then molting the birds out. Like I said, they are all aluminium frame, bolted together, ideal for what I need them for. One thing I would say about the flights, the new flights, they work perfectly with obviously the white of the new cages that go down this way, which is where I store the show cages of various types, British ones, and for the fives when I'm training the birds, they train down there out of direct sunlight, and when I'm down here I leave a hand one on there as I'm working. Ideal, really. The thing is, like I said to you, birds, when I'm training them, I like to try and keep them around where I'm working, and that gives them that bit more used to being around people on the show bench. I mean, there's one bird here. He's one I've just bought him from the other shed yesterday as I was going through and cleaning birds out. He's never been in a show cage till yesterday. So I put him in a couple hours yesterday, and I found him really quite nice actually. A variegated yellow cockbird, and I've had him hung up in front of me here today while I've been cleaning this block of cages out. So there's more aspects than the flights, and the more I realise I should have done them a lot sooner. But like I said, everyone, they don't need to be as good as these to breed birds. It's just that I had an opportunity. So what I'm going to do in the oncoming episodes, what I'll do is do one per week now, running up towards Christmas. That gives us what, 4, 5? Catching up with what we've been doing recently. Obviously a lot's been going off besides the flights, the shows have been attended and things like that. And it'll give you a rundown of what's been going off. Some of these birds in here are birds that I've singled off to go, and the more I look at them, but yeah, some's got to go. Can't keep them all, I know. But yeah, over the next coming weeks, what we'll do is put them out and give you an update on what's been going off. Like I said, with the British birds, there's not much to see now because I've moved them around here, there and everywhere. See some mule and hybrid pairs behind me. That'll come in a next episode of what we're going to do moving forward with those. Same with the greenfinches, the frills and the borders we've got coming in. So plenty to look forward to in the coming weeks. But all today was just to show you the new flights, and hopefully you enjoy them as what like them as much as what I like them, and I'm going to enjoy breeding in them. Anyway, thanks for watching today, and sorry it took so long to get an episode out. As you can imagine, we've got work, flights, family, everything takes priority these days. But anyway, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and leave a like if you have liked it. If you don't like it, don't be a lemon and dislike it. Send me a message and tell me what you want me to do to improve it. At least then I've got an idea rather than just disliking. Because one thing I won't do with anything, if there's someone that's put an episode of something out there and has got something wrong on there, I'll message them and give them my opinion. And I'd prefer you guys to do that to me if there's anything you'd like me to include and things like that. Anyway, me blabbering on again. Thanks for watching everybody, and I will see you next week. Next Sunday, 10 AM, because Matt is putting them out at 9 o'clock. So to not give any conflict, watch Matt's, come and watch mine after if you can. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.